90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort, Season 2, I believe Episode 7 recap. The couples are still on the beach. They're still having their therapies after the canoeing. And then when that is all said and done, they leave and they're heading back to the resort. And then they're like, hey, let's all go to dinner. They go to this saloon pizza place. Everybody starts grabbing drinks. They're having a good time. Jasmine doesn't want Gino to talk to Florian. She doesn't want Gino to drink. Ari has given Benny back his passwords to his social media. And then all of a sudden everything's okay. And he wants to touch her. And she's laying on his lap and everything's okay. And then she says to him, don't do anything tonight. That'll embarrass me. So she's laying on his lap, her head is on his lap, and they're in the van, and they pull up and he sees the other group and he's going like this. He's hitting her in the head with his elbow and she's batting him away. He says how it's been a good couple of days and they've really been connecting the last few days. So they get in the bar and she's like, hey, can I talk to you outside? So they go to a different part and they're sitting down and she's trying to explain and trying to ask him, do you admit that you hurt me? Do you admit that the things you have done in our relationship, that those have been hurtful to me? He's trying to explain a little bit and he says to her, please don't cut me off or we'll be done. And she just keeps butting in over and over. And he just keeps saying, stop butting in, stop talking over me. Let me talk. And so then eventually he's like, you know what? Screw this. And he flips her off and he walks out. The whole time I'm watching this, I'm like, goodness, Ari, let the man talk. Last call, they finally have to leave the bar. Everybody leaves. Luckily, there weren't no more drinks were thrown or anything like that. Natalie and Josh also have a separate sit down because they weren't able to do the exercise with the paintbrush like the other couples because he was assisting his child. And so they finally have that just one-on-one with the therapist. And he is just so uncomfortable. He doesn't want to take off his shirt. He doesn't like PDA. He doesn't want these jellies and chocolates and stuff on his body. He doesn't want to lick them off of Natalie. And he's basically saying that he doesn't want to do this because he already knows what to do. And he thinks this is a dumb exercise. She's very much into it, but he is absolutely not. So the therapist does leave the room, gives them time to do it in private. He does a little bit, but really he's just absolutely not. I'm not having this. So they get into an argument. She walks out. And that's basically what happened.